As I'm sure is the case for many of you, COVID-19 has really thrown a wrench in my plans. After graduating from graduate school, I was going to move to New York City and start my job, explore the city, meet a bunch of new people, learn new things every day, hang out with friends, and all that good stuff. But now that's all changed. Thankfully, I still have my job where I work from home, but now I'm staying with my mom all the way down south, where I don't know anyone but her. I don't really want to go out and meet new people because of the virus and also because my mom is older and I don't want to put her in danger. I don't know how long I'm going to be here, but I also don't want to waste time while I'm here. Any suggestions would be much appreciated. Thanks to everyone who commented. This really shifted my perspective on things. I'm going to stop being pessimistic and be more proactive and productive. I've been studying for the Certified Public Accountant exam for the past few months, so that's been taking all my time. Now that I've passed the exam and have more time, I'll be doing things you guys suggested. Story 1. I can't stress enough that getting a hobby that is completely unrelated to your work is so important. It could be something that allows you to be productive but in a different way. It could also be a creative endeavor of some sort. Heck, it can be both. Woodworking, building models, working on your car. Do something that allows your energy to be used in a worthwhile way. Story 2, workout. I was in terrible shape, but my girlfriend got me to start the Power 90 Extreme program, and I feel the best I have felt in years. I am motivated, and it is helping my studies. I know it is cliché, but it is one of the best things you can do. I have also tried various activities to find a new hobby, and I really got into reading. Story 3, workout, learn to cook, learn how to be healthy. Learning a new language might be useful for New York. Learning to work with my hands or use tools has allowed me to fix a ton of problems with my home that I wasn't trained to do, so I'd recommend that for anyone. Learn about politics and American civic duties such as voting and defending the country. Do volunteer work for Habitat for Humanity, which is largely outdoors, so it's safer than being inside right now. Start a garden at your mom's house for flowers, herbs, or vegetables. Do some landscaping for your mom or help fix up her house in ways she may have trouble. Fix a couple of roofing tiles or clean the gutters. Walk around and paint anything that could use a fresh coat of paint. Get a power washer and wash her sidewalk and walkways. Story 4. Spend quality time with your mom. This time together is a huge gift, especially if she is in poor health. Ask her about her life, what she did in her 20s, any family stories that may have been passed down to her. Learn from her. Does she have any skills, hobbies, family recipes, cleaning tips, or life hacks? Think if she were to die from COVID, what would you wish she would have done or learned? And do that. Hopefully, she will be around for many more years, but in the event that she is not, at least that way you will not have regrets. Story 5. Get really fit and learn how to get and stay fit with relative ease. Save every penny you can by working from home and living with your mom. I assume you're not paying rent, so just bank that money. Then when this situation is over, you might be able to afford a down payment on a home after the market crashes. Rent the rooms out to your friends so you can pay off the mortgage and live with roommates you like. Story 6. I'm 25 and was worried about wasting my 20s when I was 21. As long as you feel like you're where you need to be, you aren't wasting anything in my opinion. For me, I have a job I don't hate, and I have hobbies and friends I spend time with when I'm off. I haven't felt like I've been wasting time really. Story 7. Also look on the bright side that you are in your 20s and you get to spend some extra time with your mom. On the other hand, you will still have a massive amount of time to do all the things you want to do. Do not forget people go back to school and change careers and such in their 40s and emerge at the same point in life as you. You are 20 years ahead of those people. Story 8. I am always reminded about the statement, learn and not need it, then need and not know it. Do-it-yourself projects are always handy, and you learn something useful in the process that will come in handy one day. Story 9. I moved across the country at 26 when I felt I had a better grasp on who I was and what I wanted in life. Now I'm 31, and my wife and I think we could move again in a heartbeat if the right opportunity came up. You sound like you are in your early 20s, so my point is that it won't be a big deal in the swing of things if you wait a few years to move. When I moved at 26, I felt like everything was a new adventure, And I was still at an age where most everyone I met was still single and down to have a good time. Even at 30, I could find those kinds of people if I was still single and looking for that crowd. My bigger regret was not focusing on my career more in my off time during my 20s. If I had, my career, pay, and opportunities would be even greater. There is always time for having fun. So if right now that isn't happening, focus on things that will set you up down the road, such as having a lifestyle and interests that may attract people to you when you finally move to New York City and are looking for friends. Or maybe try gaining knowledge and experience that will set your career up so you can more easily afford a place like New York City or afford having more fun and more adventures. Story 10. Optimize your habits. Start training if you are not already. Improve cooking skills. It's always useful. Living alone, dating. Read books. I would recommend books like Personal MBA, Titans by Tim Ferriss, 100 Deadly Skills, and about game theory. Practice some languages. Start working on your goals for next year. Story 11. Others here have suggested ways to basically prepare for executing your original plan: fitness, hobbies, money. Quality time with moms is also good since you're moving away. Since you're in the South, don't underestimate how impactful November will be on your life going forward. Story 12. By not focusing on the things you can't change but the things you can. Learn a new skill online, like a new language, improve your skills, or bolster your education. Understand how to excel in the hiring process, both on paper and in meetings. Story 13. All you can do for sure is prepare yourself for when things are normal again. Learn new skills, a new language, get an interesting hobby, read some books, exercise more consistently. Does not need to be at a gym, nor do you need any equipment. Clean up your diet, get a new pet. This quarantine is partially a blessing because never before have we had so much time to ourselves. We do not even know what to do with this much time by our lonesome. Story 14. Don't be overdramatic. Your 20s last for 10 years, and this COVID-19 situation will only last for 1 to 1.5 years. There will still be plenty of time to do other things. Besides, your life isn't over once you are 30, I promise. Just relax and enjoy the pandemic as an opportunity to, slow down a few gears. Hang out, get lots of sleep, play video games. Go hiking or cycling like someone else said. Pursue a creative interest such as learning how to play the piano or taking up oil painting. Invite some friends over on an evening when your mom maybe isn't home. Cook something for them and play board games together. Just, relax and enjoy your life. There will be plenty of times in your life where you'll be stressing from one appointment to the next, rushing home to cook dinner for the kids, meeting a billion different people a day, and wishing you had a few moments for yourself once in a while. Enjoy this quiet before the storm while it lasts. Story 15. Get fit. I have been hammering it every day of quarantine, and I am in the best shape of my life. It has been a fun project and a way to feel like I am making progress every day. I am a runner and would encourage you to run since the gains are so straightforward, but any form of fitness is good. Story 16. This pandemic will last 1.5 to 2 years of your 20s. That sucks, but when you are in your 30s and eating lunch at your desk every day because people at your job always seem to need you when you finally decide to eat outside, you will look back on this year and all the free time you had and romanticize it. So my advice is, sure, learn some skills, get fit, whatever, but try to relax and make the most of this extra time. It is rare to have extra free time where you can just play video games or binge some show all weekend. At least right now, we do not have to feel like we are wasting our life relaxing because there is a pandemic out, and we really should not be living it up until it is over. Story 17. Ugh. I so relate to the original poster. Got the job in New York City, but it all got canceled. Had big plans, was looking forward to meeting new people, and gaining direction in a new chapter of my life, etc. Now I'm just a puddle. I'm learning a language and taking an online course, but the wind is out of my sails. Story 18. I'm in the same boat, man. I was supposed to move to Washington, D.C. in August, and I was looking forward to meeting people, trying new things, and just being able to start my life. Now I'm just working from home, but I've been working out, learning how to cook, and playing guitar. Story 19. Why can't you learn new things every day? In the last few months, I picked up a couple of new programming languages and read about 12 new books on software architecture. Story 20. Masturbate, play video games, yell at common people on social media, and get a post-apocalyptic tattoo. Then you will be 100% certain that you have wasted your 20s instead of just feeling like it. Story 21. Ask out someone in one of your Zoom classes. Someone did that to me, and it has made me feel so great, especially since I was alone for most of quarantine. Or in a Zoom meeting if you're not a student. We did a virtual date yesterday, and it went great. I thought going into it that it was a study session, but oh well. Doing house projects can also be super fulfilling. Story 22. This time isn't wasted. You're spending it protecting people's health and helping speed the end of the pandemic. It doesn't feel productive, but that doesn't mean it isn't. In the meantime, learn an instrument, practice a language, learn to code, teach yourself to cook, record your mom telling stories about her life, organize all your digital photos, print some out into a cool album. Realize your time with your mom will have an end. Does she have any skills you'd like to learn? Does she have an awesome dish she makes? Is she good at gardening? Is she an awesome knitter? But also realize it's okay to not feel productive. You are doing what you are supposed to be doing. But also be wary of the mindset of my real life starts when. First it will be when you move to the city and get a job. Then it will be when you get a good job. Then it will be when you have a girlfriend or boyfriend or get a raise or buy a house or get married or have kids and suddenly your life is over. This is your real life right now. You might never get any of the things you planned for. So don't wait to do what you need in your life. Story 23. I can relate to the doing too much thinking part. It's so easy to just think and think and think when you have all the time in the world, it seems. What's helped me cope is talking to people about it, mostly my therapist, though. Also, yes, I do feel like this year has definitely been more dull than my past years. I've traveled too, and I still plan to travel in the future. Just I don't know exactly when or where I will travel to next. Instead of thinking of all the things that could have been, I'm trying to remain optimistic about this year, and that we could be one step closer to a vaccine soon or have a vaccine or very good treatment. Doctors and nurses have gotten better at handling coronavirus patients, and they will continue to get better. I hope you can feel better soon. Story 24. Learn another language via YouTube if you're going to move north. Some of the best to choose from would be Spanish, Hebrew or Yiddish, Russian, or Mandarin Chinese, although any language other than standard American English would take you far, both socially and career-wise. While I'm still not super proficient in any single language, what little I do know of the four I dabble in certainly has yielded me positive results with those who speak their native tongue fluently. Learn how to play poker by using a free app. Governor of Poker is my favorite. Exercise. Start young and make it a lifelong habit. Trust me when I say I do not look my age. Story 25. Learning a new language is a great way to be busy. Picking up new hobbies like cooking and writing could be fun as well. Also, exercising. I have a few friends who never cared much about their bodies until now, since they have time to kill. Also, spend time with your mom if you can. Story 26. Push your career forward as much as possible. Now is the time to put in work and establish yourself as a great employee. There's nothing else to do right now anyway, so you might as well invest in your career by putting in the extra time. Complete projects ahead of schedule, try to refine existing processes, go above and beyond on the day-to-day tasks, and so on. If you can establish yourself as a really great employee, that reputation will carry on. Once everyone knows you are great, then you do not have to work as hard to maintain that. The sooner you can get into higher-paying roles, the more freedom you will have in your 30s and 40s. Lots of people make the mistake of doing the minimum at work and just enjoying life in their 20s. They then find themselves in their early 30s without a path to a high-paying role. They are forced to do things they do not want to do because they have no leverage and their income is low. Story 27. Love your mom while you're home. I'm drunk right now at a urinal, but something tells me God wants you to love, care, and have fun with your mom while the virus runs its course. Story 28. I actually was on my first day of a week-long spring break road trip when everything shut down in California. Ended up just exploring and drinking at our friend's place indoors for the trip. Mid-March to June, I was finishing classes online, and on my first weekend back at my part-time job as a server, I ended up getting COVID-19. Mild symptoms, isolated and recovered. Said forget it and went solo camping and hiking in places I've never been to. Still took precautions, but I feared more so spreading the virus versus experiencing it again after my first encounter. Knowing I recovered and was no longer infectious, it felt like the perfect time. I think you will be more comfortable traveling alone as a guy, but just explore the area where your mom lives or nearby places. Put a YouTube or audio version for a language and just get out there. I solo camped and met incredible people who camped next to me. Alone time to self-reflect on life and doing things on your own is an amazing experience. I can go deeper into my point of view and whatnot if you want. Story 29. You know that one thing that's been in the back of your mind? Or videos on YouTube you watch and want to try? Just do it. Hobbies can be discovered, dropped if it's not for you, and possibly develop into something you feel fulfilled doing every time you pick it up. If it requires materials, pick up only the basics of what you need and substitute the more expensive parts for now until you figure out if you like it or not. You may find something, but even if you don't, you're still learning what you don't like, right? Had a travel destination in mind? Learn the language. Want to improve social or public skills? Join communities. Story 30. Find happiness where you are. You are not wasting your life by not going out having adventures every day. You do not need to throw yourself into an endless wave of constant overstimulation to enjoy all that life has to offer. For most of human history, people have lived out their lives in small communities, and they have led happy and fulfilling lives that way. Build on your relationships with friends, family, and loved ones. Organize group chats on Discord and laugh with your friends all night trying to figure out who stabbed the purple guy on the spaceship. Check out national parks near where you live. Paint your walls black and make your room a man cave. Build a table. Program a video game. Get really into a book series. Watch all of Star Trek. Buy a virtual reality headset and be that guy who will not shut up about virtual reality. Order from a fancy restaurant using Uber Eats. Start a long-distance relationship with someone from Sweden. To quote Uncle Iroh, life happens wherever you are, whether you make it or not. All the things we do have value and meaning, and a happy person is someone who can find that value.